During this retreat season, I've been studying and preaching about St. Thomas during our retreat season. And one of the things that I've come to know is that take a closer look. And the look is that Thomas wasn't so much the doubter, but he wanted what the others had. For whatever reason, he wasn't there that night that Jesus came, but he wanted to see that Jesus was alive. That it was the same Jesus who was crucified, who died, and had come to life. And one of the things about it, he was afraid. He was afraid of what would it be like if it wasn't Jesus? Had he given his life, his time, his energy for nothing? What if it was it like if he had lost his best friend? What is it like to start over again, to be able to be with people? You know what it's like. Sometimes we're afraid. We're afraid to be taken for granted. We're afraid to be judged. We're afraid that our health might go. We're afraid to be slighted. We're afraid when someone breaks our heart. But one of the things about it was Thomas had one thing. He had a community of friends that he could turn to. Luckily, he did. There's a story that Father Bill Bausch tells about a couple. And the man, his parents had been caught in a fire. And he rushed in to try to save them. And in the midst of it, he wasn't able to save them, and his face became burnt. He was so ashamed and so scarred that he kept to himself. He didn't even want his wife to see him. Well, this went on for a while, but his wife said, I got to do something about this. She went to a plastic surgeon and told the story. He said, well, I can't do anything if your husband doesn't want to see me. He said, no, what I want you to do is scar my face so that he won't feel so ashamed. And says, I can't do that. I mean, that's not what I do. But I will try to see your husband. He goes and knocks on the door, and the husband is there behind closed doors. And he says to him, will you see me? The man says, go away. He says, listen, let me tell you, your wife is so desperate that she asked me to scar her face so that she would not be an obstacle to you coming together. Slowly the doorknob turned and the man came out because of the love of the wife. Jesus comes to Thomas with his wounds. He comes to tell the apostles who had locked themselves up for their own safety and says, peace be with you. Here I am.